The frontier castle of Stará Lubovňa was built between 1301 and 1308 in order to protect the Polish trade routes. Between 1412 to 1772, the Lubovniansky Castle hosted Polish magistrates. After a fire in 1553, the castle was reconstructed in Renaissance, later in Baroque style. It fell into disrepair by the end of 18th century. The castle was partly restored by the Zámoysky family after 1883. We enter the Baroque bastion with an entrance gate. Renaissance tower with Bonner's Gate follows. This used to be former entrance to the Lubovniansky Castle. Nowadays it offers info about the castle's architectonic development, documenting its three periods: Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque. Historical exposition presenting the advanced list with sealing stick. The legend has it that trained rangers commanded by nobleman Lubovniansky stopped on the banks of Poprad River. Charmed by the beauty of this landscape, Lubovniansky decided to build up the fortress right on the cliff facing the town of Lubovňa. Unfortunately, everything they had built during daytime got lost overnight. Finally, said nobleman found this place to be in possession of a wicked nymph. Lubovniansky decided to look up her, and she agreed with the construction of the castle on condition that he would sell his soul. After tougher hesitation, Lubovniansky accepted her claim. The following day, delighted rangers found the fortress shining in its full splendor. Searched into conscience, Lubovniansky took shelter in nearby monastery to confess his sins. But Fairy intended to destroy the fortress with a boulder. When listening to a bell, suddenly she lost the power and anybody couldn't hear from her ever since. In memory, there is a rocky hill on the bank of Poprad River which should destroy Lubovniansky Castle. Baroque palace with the exposition of crafts. Strong boxes from 18th to 19th centuries belonging the most valuable pieces. The Western Renaissance bastion used to protect the castle from southwest, being the most vulnerable side. This so-called Gothic bastion is the only one of its kind in Slovakia. Then we have a look at underground corridor. Late Gothic gate used to be an entrance to the upper courtyard in the 15th century. Nowadays only a portal was preserved with an exposition of coaches. There are both the hunting salon and social room with the valuable pieces of furniture in the left part of Baroque palace. We stare at an interesting exhibition presenting heads of the Czechoslovak presidents Thomas Garrigue Masaryk and Edward Beneš. Headgear of the Emperor Franz Joseph I. Stefanik's air hood and cap of General Svoboda. Baroque chapel of St. Michael the Archangel with 3 altars was built in 1647. We have a look at the basement of Baroque chapel. There is both original stove and replica of Polish coronation jewels, which were kept at Lubovniansky Castle between 1655 to 1661. The construction of Renaissance Palace took place after a fire in 1553. It was designed by Silesian architect Johannes Frankenstein. The upper part presents exposition dealing with the restoration of this palace between 2008 to 2011. Gothic tower was built between 13th and 14th centuries. The jail used to be on the 2nd floor and its famous prisoner was Moritz Beniowski in 1768. The room of trumpeter was on the 6th floor. Nowadays it is a perfect lookout offering spectacular views of the surrounding landscape. To the south we can see Levocha Hills, while to the east Chergov with its high point Menchil is visible. Polish ranges such as Beskid Sadziecki and Pieniny are located on the north, while magnificent panorama of the High Tatras dominates the western horizon. The museum with an ethnographic exhibition documenting the evolution of folk architecture is situated a stone's throw from the Lubovniansky Castle. Wooden church dating to 1833 is the most valuable piece. The circular tower, together with adjacent Gothic palace, are the oldest segments of Lubovniansky Castle. These originally fortified units stand on the top of Castle Hill. Baroque chapel belong in the well-preserved parts. Chestnut Avenue consists of 23 trees reaching 2 meters in circumference. Lubovniansky Castle forms a large complex of interesting expositions. The system of internal walls allocates 4 courtyards, 3 palaces, 2 bastions and gates, as well as 1 tower which dominate enchanting views of the Lubovniansky Castle.